Going all in on digital marketing for your business?
Struggling to gain traction or figure out where to begin?
Join me for professional insights into digital marketing and to get answers to real questions from real people about real issues related to promoting your business online. Social media, email marketing, newsletters, it can get overwhelming. As a digital marketing instructor for the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design and the owner of Headline Consultants, a digital marketing company here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you can count on me to explain it all in a way that's easy to understand and makes sense.
This is a Candy Factory Mini.
Getting Noticed
with Justin Quinn.
Welcome to Getting Noticed with me, Justin Quinn. Now that the election is over, maybe as a result of the election, you're completely saturated and done with email. Believe me, I get it. It's okay to distance yourself from it, especially after such an intense campaign where texts, emails, social media posts, and even phone calls seem to bombard us all at times. But do yourself and your business a big favor. Don't completely give up on email. You may be done with it, but I guarantee you'll be checking it later today. How do I know this? The odds are in my favor. When it comes to ROI, email outdoes just about every other platform, including social media. In fact, according to a recent HubSpot report, when email marketing is done well, it generates an astonishing $38 for every $1 that's spent. You math wizards may probably already know this, but I'll state the obvious for everyone else. That's a 3,800% return on your investment. If you're still not sold on the value of email marketing, that's okay. It's a little weird, but it's okay. Let's delve deeper. For just a second, I want you to think about how often you check your email. Do you check it every day? How about twice a day? Don't be ashamed. You're not alone. In fact, 91% of people who have access to email check their inbox at least once a day. And according to a recent survey, 90% of people who are in offices check their email every few hours. So look, you can quibble about whether Facebook or Twitter is the better platform for your business. You can talk about marketing on TikTok till the dances dry up. But the one channel virtually all of your customers and clients are on is email. Now, the best part about email is that it's super easy and not all that expensive either. But before you consider launching a Facebook page or going all in on LinkedIn, your first marketing channel really should be email. The two major email platforms, MailChimp and Constant Contact, are both super easy to use. MailChimp is free for up to 2,000 subscribers, although some of their free options have been greatly scaled back in the last year. Constant Contact, meanwhile, requires a monthly fee, but plans start at just $20 a month. So while it is easy to get started, you shouldn't just jump into it willy-nilly. Email marketing, like all marketing, requires some thoughtful deliberation, which we will get into in just one moment. But first, the one thing your home office or even your company office can't give you is the ability to network. In fact, thanks to COVID, most networking opportunities have become a thing of the past, which is great for me. I used to go to networking events every month only to find myself standing along the wall trying to figure out the best way to approach some random person who was doing the exact same thing. For many business owners, though, the absence of networking events has left a big void where their business development used to be. Well, not anymore. Thanks to the Candy Factory, networking is on again. This time without the pushy sales pitches. As Lancaster's premier co-working facility, the Candy Factory has made networking as easy as jumping online. Their virtual memberships start at just $35 a month, which gives you access to over 300 members as well as the Candy Factory's incredible team. If in-person is your thing, the Candy Factory's modern co-working space is available to you anytime they're open for just $100 a month. I'm not kidding when I tell you that the Candy Factory has changed my business and my life. I network every single day now, and yet I never have to network. It's awesome. So go to coworkinginlancaster.com and get started right after this show. Okay, so what are the things you need to think about when jumping into the email marketing game? Well, the first and most important thing is to make sure you have something to offer. Just like blogging, you can't make your emails or newsletters all about you. There has to be some value exchange. To earn clicks or opens from your subscribers, you have to provide them with something intriguing, and that means taking one of three approaches. The first and probably most effective is to offer something useful. If you're establishing yourself as an authority in your industry, for example, one great way to do this is to offer something like an ebook. You can also offer a digital tool of some sort, or maybe even a special offer on a product or service that only people who have received your email can benefit from. You could also offer something that's interesting. Maybe you've got a great story to tell, one that will resonate with your audience. Maybe you helped a client or a customer with something special and you believe other people could benefit from knowing about it. Whatever it is, be it a product update or a special event or invite, or maybe even an announcement you want to make, do yourself a favor and make sure it's relevant and not pitchy. The other way you can provide value is offering something timely. This could be a limited time special offer or a reminder about an upcoming holiday or gift-giving occasion. Or if you prefer to keep it light, maybe just a public service announcement. That one's kind of easy since we all pretty much were bombarded with public service announcements during the election. So no matter what you decide to send, make sure it's done with great care and attention. Most email platforms offer analytic insights into how your campaigns are performing, and the truth is subscribers are very unforgiving. Email them too often or email them with irrelevant content and they'll unsubscribe, which is really the death knell for email marketing. Once someone unsubscribes from your emails, you're never getting them back. There are two other kinds of email campaigns you should know about as well. One is the drip or trigger campaign, and one is the transactional campaign. Both require a little bit of work, but they offer significant payoff. The drip campaign, sometimes called a trigger campaign, like I said, is a series of emails that are triggered by a specific action or event and are auto-magically sent to the recipient at specific times and dates of your choosing. One of the ways we've used drip campaigns in the past is by following up on an ebook marketing campaign. Someone would download the ebook after seeing one of our ads, and they'd get an auto response thanking them for the download and providing a link or attachment to their ebook. We would get the email, and they would get the asset. As part of the drip campaign, we would then send the recipient several more automated emails over the next few days or even weeks to come. In this case, these emails would discuss certain parts of the ebook and offer some additional information to contextualize it. Each email would have an increasingly urgent call to action, with the final one culminating in the big offer. Now, it's important not to overkill. We usually send between 4 to 8 emails, and that might sound like a lot, but we really try not to send more than that. At some point, your subscribers will start to get a stalker vibe from you, and you'll get a big fat unsubscribe, and no one wants that. Amazon is amazing at drip campaigns, and they have it down to a science. Have you ever noticed how about 3 weeks after you've left something in your cart, Amazon will remind you via email that it's still there? And then they'll follow it up with other emails with products and other items that are of interest to you. Yeah, those are drip campaigns. Highly sophisticated drip campaigns. The transactional campaign is automated as well. Typically, this involves a purchase of some kind, with the recipient getting a receipt, a thank you, and an additional offer. They might get a few more emails suggesting products that go with the item they purchased, or maybe they'll identify new ways to use that product. Transactional emails, though, are typically once and done. After all, they're just reinforcing a purchase and trying to build up some brand loyalty. For the vast majority of our clients, we send one email out a month. That's just often enough to stay top of mind and remain relevant, but not so frequent that the recipient will want to unsubscribe. These are typically newsletter type emails that include what I refer to as a centerpiece and some additional content below that for the recipient to explore. This part of the email is great for promoting the blog post that we published that month, and you'd be surprised at how many people actually click through to read that content. Now, you may be noticing a trend emerging in all this email talk. Content. Yep. Just like social media or any other kind of marketing, email requires substance. So make sure that the content you produce is engaging, if it's written, readable, and valuable, and people will want to click through from your email to look at your content. Okay, so there's one more major item we should discuss, and you've probably been thinking about it since I started. How do you get email subscribers? It's a great question. Unfortunately, there's no real easy answers here, but the first step is to scour your customer lists and any other lists you have. If there are emails on them, load them into your email platform. Next, make sure your website has a subscribe option that connects to your email platform. I always try to include a forward to a friend option on my emails as well, so recipients are encouraged to share them with like-minded individuals. Another way, and I really hate to even mention this except that it works, is website pop-ups. Believe it or not, pop-ups on your website asking people to sign up actually tend to have a high rate of success. It's weird, but it's true. It also depends on making sure that you have plenty of traffic coming to your site, which brings us back to content. Another way you can build subscriber lists is by using your social media platforms to solicit email subscribers as well. And that brings up the subject of ads. Building an email list using ads, social media ads specifically, is one of the most effective ways to generate engaged, relevant subscribers. Now, that said, subscriber campaigns do require quite a bit of creativity. If you do them well, though, the payoff can be huge. The key here is doing it well. I'll share a story with you. A couple of years ago, I was working with a local builder. He wanted to grow his subscriber list, but he also wanted to get people to an event at his booth at an equine conference. This builder specialized in these big, huge estate barns and stables, and his buildings are absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, we came up with an idea, a giveaway. The idea was that we would run an ad offering a free gift to anyone who signed up for his email. To receive the gift, though, you had to attend the event. It was perfect. We could cross-reference the people at the event with our subscriber list, and we would also be growing our subscriber list in the bargain. Plus, the people who showed up to collect the gift were already pre-qualified through our audience targeting, which meant the probability of getting new business for our client was much higher. The entire campaign, however, hinged upon the value of the free gift. My recommendation was to offer something small but memorable, maybe a branded hammer or a horseshoe, anything that was relatively inexpensive, had value, and could be bought in bulk. The client agreed. But about a week later, he told me he was giving away custom-made bridle hangers. Now, these were not your typical $15 bridle hangers. They used hand-poured metal, a glazed backplate suitable for mounting, and a beautiful finish that made these bridle hangers true conversation pieces. I was blown away. I had originally told him we needed about 100 to 200 or so of whatever item he wanted to offer. And I was excited that he was offering such an ornate and unique gift. I knew the campaign was going to do well. And it did. A little too well, actually. When it was all said and done, we had 285 people subscribe to the email list. And of those, we had about 105 people show up to his booth. Now, this campaign lasted about 4 days, so the results were absolutely incredible. The trouble was, I came to find out that he had only created 35 bridle hangers. So what started out as a wonderful plan quickly descended into chaos. When people showed up to get their bridle hangers, my client had to tell them he didn't have any. So there was anger and upsettedness, and people were just generally unhappy. And in fact, the first email many of these new subscribers received was an apology email for not having enough free gifts to give away. So the lesson here is pretty straightforward. Whatever you offer in your emails or in your effort to get subscribers, make sure you can deliver on your promise. That's job number one. Okay, that's it for today. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you right here in 2 weeks. Until then, happy marketing. Getting Noticed is part of the Candy Factory mini-series and is a proud member of the Candy Factory Collective. You can find the show streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and LinkedIn, and you can subscribe to the audio version anywhere you get your podcasts.
You can check out Justin's classes at Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. That's PCA&D.edu. And learn more about Headline Consultants at headlineconsultants.com.
Getting Noticed is produced by the Candy Factory Collective at the Candy Factory Coworking Campus in Lancaster, PA. The show is produced by Jason Mundok with production support by Anna Tran. Administrative support by Ann Kirby, Arianna Henderson, and Krisha Martzall. Notes and links can be found on the show post at our website, candyfactorycollective.com.
Candy Factory.
Collective.